Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called I Have a Law Degree But Can't Find a Job. This is another episode of Viewer Consultations. That's where we answer questions from viewers seeking advice. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, or comment on the show. I also want to tell you that there's a company called HollywoodIsCalling.com that allows you to purchase live calls with your favorite celebrities. There are more than 100 celebrities to choose from, so give it a try. A live 15-second call costs $19.95, and a live 30-second call costs $29.95. It's a great gift idea for yourself or a gift idea for someone you care about. People love getting these calls, so give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. Crystal writes, I don't have a college degree and cannot afford to get one. How can I make a living wage in this day and age without a college degree? Well, the first thing I would do is I would ask Google for a list of high-paying jobs that do not require a college degree. You'll see a surprisingly long list of jobs in all sorts of professions that you can qualify for without a 2 or a 4-year degree. So that should be your first point of inquiry. You can also ask Google to generate a list of jobs that pay at least $30 an hour and that don't require a college degree. If you do that, you'll see that Google generates another very significant list of jobs and careers and professions that pay $30. In a lot of parts of the country, $30 is still a living wage. $30 an hour is still a living wage. Now, how do you get these jobs? Well, you have to work harder and smarter to qualify for them. So continue to be tenacious and persistent, and most importantly, smart in your job search. Next, we have Isaiah. Isaiah writes, is it still worth it to get a college degree? Well, if you can get a full tuition grant, then by all means you should pursue it. If not, if you have to pay for the degree out of your own pocket, then I would recommend an engineering degree, a nursing degree, a computer science degree. Because many of the other degrees are just complete and total garbage. There are some jobs which, when you read the job postings, they'll say college degree required, and what that usually means is they'll accept any kind of a degree. But then again, those are marginal jobs for marginal wages. So you just have to be really careful that. Also, you have to be very, very careful not to spend a lot of your parents' money pursuing a junk degree in something that's a complete waste of time and money. You should view wasting your parents' money the way you view wasting your own. It should bother you just as much. So be extremely wise in the way you choose to spend their money, because ultimately family money is family money. Now, Jesse writes, I just spent a fortune to get my law degree and I cannot get a job. My student loan is crushing me. I feel like an idiot. What should I do? Well, there are now so many lawyers driving Uber and Lyft cars that it is amazing. What's happened over the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years is that we have a prevalence of what are second and third degree law colleges. These are absolute mills. They're junk colleges cranking out junk law degrees that prospective employers, the minute they see them on a resume, they smirk and they throw them away. By the way, it doesn't even have to be a human being. Some of these algorithms now refuse candidates who have law degrees from a lot of these junk colleges. Some of these online universities are just as bad. So you'll get flagged and eliminated from further consideration the moment a system or a human being sees, a junk law degree from a junk school. It's just that brutal. The other dangerous part of attending one of these schools is you may pass the school with a law degree, but the school may not equip you very well to pass the bar. A lot of people are paying a fortune to attend these junk law schools. Then they try to pass the bar exam and they fail it once, twice, three times in a row. Think about the time and the money and the effort that takes. Think of the psychological toll it takes on people. So, you've got all these, purported lawyers out there now flooding the marketplace, and they're bringing zero value to the economy. So if you can't find a job, you need to take that very sharp mind of yours and apply it to some other career, some other profession that you're passionate about. It's got to be something that you're willing to work at much harder than everybody else is. That's your key. Energy in, maximum results out. Next, we have Lauren. Lauren writes, is it true that exercising regularly can make you a better business person? This is absolutely the case. There is no doubt in my mind that exercising regularly and aggressively can help you achieve much more in your professional life or your personal life. Physical health translates to psychological health. I know people don't want to hear this, but the converse is also true. I believe that physical weakness translates into psychological weakness, and that is never good. Next, we have Harold. Harold writes, is using Zoom video or Skype video a good way to do B2B sales? B2B meaning business to business sales. I think Zoom is getting more and more popular, but I believe that there are still some clients and some situations that should be reserved for a face-to-face presentation. It's just more nuanced. It's just there's more data to be gathered by the eye and by the mind when you read somebody in a face-to-face situation, when you're sensing their body language, you're sensing their tone, their manner. All of these signals are really best transmitted from one person to another in person. Adil writes, is America still a good place to start a business, or should I look elsewhere? Well, at this point in time, America is the best place to start a business. When I look at all the regulatory insanity that I see occurring in Britain, the EU, Asia, South America, and some other parts of the world, I'm amazed that anybody can get anything done in those countries. That's why there is so much more corruption in those nations. It's because it's almost impossible to conduct legitimate business in those countries because there's so many desperate people willing to do so many other desperate and illegal things to get ahead. It's very difficult to survive in an environment like that. It's very difficult to compete in an environment like that. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and we shall talk to you soon.